Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Bwtm Africa. I have a very special guest all the way from Edo in Benin City. His name is Paul Ofoni. I believe it's Paul Ofoni. I'll be bringing Paul into the room and we'll be talking to our guest. Good afternoon, Sir Paul Ofoni. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Ofoni, you got it right. Good afternoon, everyone watching us from here. I'm reaching out to you from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria.
So, it's for people who don't know where Benin State is, Edo, let us know more about it for those who are watching in today.
Okay, Benin City is the capital city of Edo State. Edo State is in the south state of Nigeria. You can access it through when you're going to the west or you're going to the east. So basically, Edo State used to be Benin State, Delta and Edo put together until 1991 when it was split into two, Edo and Delta. So we are reaching you from Edo State here in Benin City, the state capital.
So how far is that from the capital of Nigeria, which is Abuja, if I'm correct?
Yeah, except for the road condition right now, it's supposed to be approximately 6 hours. When you drive on the road, you're supposed to be in Abuja, you understand, but considering the insecurity, considering the road conditions, sometimes it takes far more than that, yeah.
Okay, and then from Lagos to Edo, which a lot of people know. People think that Lagos, those who don't really know about Nigeria, think Lagos is the capital of Nigeria. Even I, like from the UK, before I really studied Nigeria, I thought that Lagos was the capital of Nigeria. To find out afterwards it was Abuja. Talk to me about that for a second.
Okay, in Africa generally, Lagos is the business hub. There's nothing you do in Nigeria that you rule Lagos out of it. It has been there from time. It will always be there, if you ask me. So we sometimes see it as the business town, the business city, the business state of Nigeria as it is. Abuja can't give what Lagos can give because of the strategic locations, and Nigeria became what it is today from Lagos, if you allow me to put it so, in terms of economic boost, business. There's nothing you go to Lagos to do that you don't make something out of it. Whether you are an artist, whether you are an entrepreneur, or you want to invest into oil and gas, just name it, is a place that accommodates every one person. There is no factor in Lagos that can slow you down from becoming anything you want to be, whether it's business or lifestyle, entertainment, name it all around. And leaving Lagos to Abuja, for instance, by road, I think you will definitely pass through Benin City. You pass through Edo State and you pass through Benin City. You know, so like I said, we are leaving the west for the north or the east, or you're leaving the east or the north for the west, you go through Edo State, Benin City to be precise.
So people talk about America going for the American dream, but you could really talk about the Lagos dream, because, as you say, Lagos, you can be anybody and you can be anything in Lagos.
Yeah.
So talk to us about you, because you're an entrepreneur with a man of many skills and many talents. I know that we've put here the Best of Edo Awards, the 4th edition. That would be an understatement and undercut the skills and the talents and the achievements of what you've achieved, Paul. So let's talk a little bit about, first of all, we'll start with the Edo Awards. Talk to us about how you became a part of those Edo Awards.
Okay. I'll begin by saying this is not an Edo factor, a Benin factor.
Okay.
But I see it as a Nigerian factor where we don't actually acknowledge or give credit to our successful leaders, those who have actually sung a good song, who have done things genuinely, who have actually led a good cause. We don't have them celebrated, except it is politically driven. And if you look at the society today, trust me, people are drifting away from being real, for being genuine, for going through the right path to achieving success, because There is no story to tell that encourages me to say, if I do it the right way, I will be celebrated. The people we see every now and then be celebrated are those with crooked attitudes, people who don't have credible pedigree. So I thought over time, and I feel not until we begin to sing the hero song, not until we begin to celebrate our heroes, whether dead or alive, we might still not get it right on how we can correct the ills and the society, the vices in the society. You see, every youth today want to become a billionaire tomorrow without stress. How is it possible? Through one criminal activities or the other. So how do we change the narrative? By promoting negative activities? The answer is no. So we had to go back to the drawing board, my brand, my company, because I have passion for it. I called them, I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write a story. The story will be about the Edo people, where we go to figure out, fetch, search for those persons who have been doing well over time, whether it's business, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's cultural, whatever it is cut across board, let us find them wherever they are, both home and in the diaspora, and begin to acknowledge them. We shouldn't have this or continue to practice this. You give them the flower at their funeral. When someone passes on, you hear a whole lot of good tributes about this person. Should it continue like that? To me, the answer is no. So what's my own contribution to changing the narrative is to look for an Edo man, look for an Edo woman, irrespective of your dialect, because Edo is diverse. You have too many tribes in Edo, residents here, and the brand does not discriminate that as far as it promotes culture, it promotes heritage, it promotes the geographical location, it promotes the people, it promotes the state itself, then you are qualified to be on the platform to receive the Best of Edo Awards. You understand? So we said, this is what we are going to do. And we started well. There will always be challenges. And the fourth edition that is around the corner is already giving us this thumbs up that, yeah, we're on the right track. That's how the Best of Edo Award came into existence. And we are receiving good accolades from some reputable Edolites across board, thanking for the platform, and they are putting their best too.
I'm fascinated by this. I think what you're doing is a fantastic cause. And looking at it from an international perspective, and then like there are a lot of tags that come to Nigerians, and it's the first thing is Nigerians are scammers. They're stereotypes. They're scammers. They're this. They're that. But yet, from what I've seen of Nigerians, there have been a lot of entrepreneurial spirit. A lot of people are working hard, working well, genuine people, loving people, people that work with community. I see a lot of that. Yes, there's corruption, but there's corruption across the board around the world, not just in Nigeria, it's around the world. So it's fantastic what you're doing. Now, one of the things that fascinate me about what you're doing is what triggered you? What made you think, no, because that usually is the case of, no, this is enough. I've had enough of this. We need to make change. What did something personally happen in your life to make you think, this ain't right? I have to create this journey, this pathway, this vision.
Okay. Going forward, there is no particular incident. I'm a lover of news. I follow incidents of what's happening in my local community down to the international community too. And I figured out that we learn every day. The more we speak evil, the more evil persists in the society. The more we talk bad of a child, for instance, you're not helping the child to grow mentally. You're not helping the child to grow psychologically. You're destroying that child. So what we're supposed to do is to change the narrative. Let us change the approach. By when I begin to say, oh, Sir Paul is a good guy, 2-3 persons heard Sir Paul is a good guy, they will continue to say Sir Paul is a good guy. And because I know that people are beginning to say I'm a good person, you'll find out that it will dawn on me to start acting in that direction, not in an opposite direction. We've talked too much about the bad situation of Nigeria as a country, and that has not helped. Mm-hmm. It has not helped us in any way. I think in Nigeria, there are too many good people. We have refused deliberately to speak about. Why? Because they might take over the airspace, and the corrupt people wouldn't want that. So they keep pushing forward what they are. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is the man. So they keep on pushing this. Oh, today there's bomb blast in the north, tomorrow there's IPOB in the east, next tomorrow there's kidnapping in the south. So that is the presentation to instill fear in the mind of people, to see that everybody is on standstill so they can do what they're sorry. You will find out there are too many youth doing greatly. Too many youth. I follow the program under 40 CUs. You see innovations, you see a lot of things, but here they'll tell you Nigeria youths, let me narrow it down to Edo State, are scammers. They are internet fraudsters. But I disagree. I am not. I started a cyber cafe in 2002 in Edo State here. Okay, I never encouraged online crime, cyber crime. I never encouraged it. We were one of those who started this cyber cafe thing and do internet calls just to give people the opportunity to reach out to their families overseas. But when I discovered that people take advantage of the cyber cafes to do, I shut it down. You understand? So I am not with a school of thought that say the more we shout about the bad things, it will go. It's a lie. It will keep growing. It will keep getting stronger. It will take over the society. It has taken over the mind of the youth. I shall speak to you. You are on your own if you are not doing anything that is criminal. You will remain poor. They make mockery of you. But that narrative needs to change. I am one of the persons that should make that change. I'm one of the persons that should create the platform. And trust me, it is just 4 years. Yes, we are still at the cradle stage. But I know we have gotten to your platform. The world is listening to us. It will get to another platform gradually. As we are going upward, we are recruiting some other youths to come along with us in that direction. It will only take time, but trust me, very soon we'll get it right. That we don't need to continue to preach about the ills, the abnormalities, the bad things happening in our society. Everywhere in the world, there are challenges like that. Everywhere in the world. Okay, but you barely hear it. Everybody wants to go to America from Nigeria. But trust me, from information gathered, America is not even as safe as where we are here. There is shootings every day and all of that. You understand? But why must we continue to paint our own people bad? Yeah, we copied it from our leaders. But we, the youth, we have to change the narrative. Otherwise, we are also going to suffer it. Take it or leave it. So that is what motivated me. I don't need to speak with 10 voices. I need to speak with my voice. And from me, more than 1 million persons will hear. And those who agree with my perspective, who agree with my vision, my drive, we join the queue, whether we like it or not. It will only take some more time.
I commend you, Sir Paul, in the work that you're doing. Now, the other thing I want to ask is, locally, what sort of support have you got from local government? Because often when we hear about these things, local government will ignore what a visionary like yourself will do, and it's going to take your own personal investment to do something. And then once you show that you're doing well, then they want to jump on board and become part of the bandwagon or the momentum and then take credit for it. Talk to me about you. I saw a little smile on your face there. You know what I'm talking about. So tell me, it seems to resonate.
Okay. People are listening and they are watching us. I'm happy about that. It's an opportunity to speak my mind at this point in time. See, whether at local level, at state level, at federal level, Nigeria does not support good initiative like this. No, the government can come into play, because there are two parallel lines that can never meet. I trust me for what I just told you. You can carry out your investigations. They don't give attention to such proposals. They don't give attention to such initiative because it's not what they promote. It's not what they support. But it doesn't mean we're not getting encouragement from the local communities, individuals, for instance. Yes, there are people who have waited to see a young man like me take the bull by the horn. Now I have taken that bull by the horn. That elderly man is no longer waiting to see. He's not at the next stage of supporting these young guys. We've gotten support, frankly speaking. It's not massive. It's not so much, but it's encouraging to say, oh, Some persons who have been there for the past 80 years is telling you that, my son, you are doing well. We can't give you money, but we'll give you recommendation. To me, I think that is better, if you ask me. The recommendations we are getting, yes, it's good enough for us. Individuals are coming to play their roles. Hey, we'll support you with this, we'll support you with that. But say government, local level, is a no-no. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Not just Edo State, not just Benin City, but that's a Nigeria factor. That's Nigeria for you. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But we will not stop. Like I always say, we'll keep pushing the good news, preaching it to them, reaching out to them. And there's another funny thing within the environment of government. When they are not recipients, when they are not beneficiaries, they don't want to be part of it. You can't be beneficiaries of everything. You all need to create the enabling environment. You write to them for endorsement, they push it aside. You write to them for approval, they push it aside. The government facilities are lying out there, getting dilapidated. You can't have access to use them to promote culture. You can't have access to use them to promote and encourage entrepreneurship. You can't have access to use them. See, it costs us so much to pay for venue in Benin City to do any event. Yes. It's huge. Meanwhile, there are government facilities we could have just used. Say, okay, government is collaborating with us and what they're giving us is using their facilities for free. They will not do that. They will restrain you. They can't let you put out your banners anywhere, except you are paying money. And that is bullshit if you ask me. Except for some of us that we will continue to push. Nothing will stop us. Except for some of us, we don't get tired. We don't see it as distraction. We don't see it as discouraging us. We only see that you are empowering us to keep pushing forward. You understand? The government doesn't want to do anything or associate with things like that. But they can throw their money on frivolous party that cannot promote or help anybody. They can support a skill acquisition program, for instance, like we have been doing from Proceed from the Best of Edo Awards, empowering people, supporting them to see that they start up a living. It has been part of what we've been doing. This year, we are giving out a whole lot of equipment this time, not money anymore, so that you can continue with what we have given to you and move on with life.
So, okay, let's talk about how do I put this? What you would offer the government? Let's say I'm the government. I'm sitting down in local government. You've come into the office to discuss about what the Best of Edo Awards, what it's about, and why you should have a free facility. Explain, because when people can hear this out in the open and they can hear exactly the state and what you're having to come through and the challenges you're having to come through to actually achieve the things that you achieve, it shows not only your integrity and your character and your hard work and your perseverance, but it shows also the state of the other side and how our government should try and work in hand with local people like yourself who are being ambassadors, not only just for Edo, but for Nigeria. And actually internationally, because the world are watching, as you said, Sapo.
Okay, let me put it this way. It's a circle. It's a circle. When you give to me, I give to the next man, he gives to the other person, it comes back to me. And truth be told, everyone in government understand this. We the people, I can't say we know better than those in government. It's just that we have the will to do it better than those in government, if you ask me. We can't teach them what we are telling them through various means and channels. Sir, they know these things. They are aware. But some of these things genuinely are truth to them. Now, asking me what I want to offer the government, to use government facility for whatever we are doing, whether Best of Edo Award or otherwise. Now, I'll use Best of Edo Award as a case study or a reference point if you ask me. To be a recipient for Best of Edo Award, you go through a process. First, we open a portal for nomination. After the nomination, we submit the names nominated for screening to a higher selected professional bodies who do the screening for us, and thereafter submit names. We communicate back to those that have been selected for a particular edition. We reached out to them and solicit for their support. Now, what is this support for? Is to help us, to help those who are vulnerable in the society. You don't just come to, yes, we know you have been doing well. That was why you were enlisted for an award as a recipient. But we need to take it further together. You've been doing it on your own, but now we want to take it further together. Whatever you give to us as your contribution to the project, financial or otherwise, will help us empower somebody in the society. That person has been taken off the street. That is the person the government couldn't provide job for. That's the person that is living on, for instance, on crime to survive. It is -1. If you help us to get 10, it's -10. If you ask me, if I'm to pay ₦1 million to have an access to a venue, and that venue is given to me for no cost, it means I can give 10 persons 100,000 to a startup kit to set up a business. You can buy a grinding machine and give to a lady to be grinding things, milling things, and she'll make earn a living for herself. I'll give you a little story I did recently. I went to pump my vehicle tire somewhere around an upper extension in Benin City. I was there for quite a while, and I noticed within the period of 30 minutes, the vehicles that stopped to pump their tire, put air in their tires, we are more than 20, 30 within a very short time. I took my calculator and I did a calculation. I discovered that these vulcanizers can make an average of 5,000 naira after expenses a day. Now, I told myself, this is another way we can empower people. And I called my team. See, this year we are gifting out 5 vulcanizing machines to these young guys out there. And they said, why that, sir? I said, this is my reason. Enough of giving 50,000, 100,000 cash prize. It doesn't go anywhere. And they agreed completely. So if I'm to buy a vulcanizing machine for, let's assume, 100,000 naira, and you have given me a haul that has saved me 1 million, I've bought 10. It means I've taken 10 persons off the streets. And the government will tax these 10 people and we make revenue from these same people. It's a circle. You give to me, I give to them, they come back and give to you. Now ask the question, do you think the government doesn't know that? They do. But these things, they don't consider it as priority just because part of their objective is to keep enslaving the people so they can dominate. Just the simple way I want to put it. Just a simple way. So if the government begin to reach out for PPP, public-private partnership, okay, you guys have the time, you guys have the skills, you got the ideas, let's give you facilities. Use our facility, okay, take care of diesel, gas, so that you can have light, you can have the AC turned on, so that the people coming can be comfortable. Then give us this little amount of money, so that we don't run, it doesn't look the government is running charity. That is a good one. But they will not do it. We have been, me in particular, I'm into different businesses. Like if you ask me, I'm into paint production. I'm into painting. I handle those interior for house. I train people as well. I have set up a lot of skills program. I get money from those sources to fund Best of Edo Awards. That's running into millions to organize annually. It's not easy. If the government doesn't come in to play their role, we'll keep struggling. And it will take us a longer time to reach the goal than expected because of the stress. Even at that, they will call you and harass you. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? They have forgotten we are helping to keep government in shape. If you are not complaining, I'm not complaining, the government will be at peace to focus. But when you are protesting, I'm protesting, they will be distracted. It's a simple logic. But the question is, do you think they don't know? Yes, they do. They are aware. They understand these things, but they don't want to change the narrative. But trust me, very soon we are going to change the narrative. Not just for Edo State, not just for our Nigerians in particular, but Africa in general, where I see as the last destination of the world. The last destination of the world is Africa. And you can see that everybody is turning to Africa now. Whether in North Africa, whether South Africa, whether West Africa, whether East Africa, I know Africa is Africa. We are one people, it's one place, it's one continent. That's where the world is turning into, if you ask me.
So, in terms of, you talked about challenges. Talk to me about the challenges you face. I really want to talk about these things because then people sort of really appreciate where you've come from. Because if we don't know our history, we don't know where we're going. So it's really important that we know, your challenges, and what you've had to overcome to get to where you are today. I stress on this point because once we understand this, we understand where you want to get to and have a better way of supporting that too when people are listening in.
Okay, if you follow the conversation back to back, you find that I've been using not just Benin City as a reference point, but Nigeria as a whole. But with this question, I think I want to narrow it down to the Benin people, the Edo people.
Yes.
This is with them as their character or their behavior, their way of life. Now, one of the major challenges my brand and I have been facing with putting this Best of Edo award, it's the factor of why is it you that is doing it? It shouldn't be you that should be doing this. This pride and ego comes to play. It has been playing, and it has kept the Benins or the Edolites in general behind. Take it or leave it. See, we have the culture that is next to none globally. Find out the history of the Benin people. It's a culture that is next to, you can't see any other culture to compare that of the Benin culture. But how much of it is being promoted? Because the question and argument is, it should be me and not you. Why is it James that is doing it instead of John? It's high time we put that aside. That's the number one factor that we are facing as challenges. Hey, it's a good initiative that will promote the culture of these people, this place. Then join, put your hand together, let us celebrate, let us make it work. Let us make it work. But I will tell you, it's my person, I will always speak the truth. We have the support of the palace. We have the support of the traditional institutions. They love the idea and they are giving us their backing. We've gotten the endorsement just after the first edition, and that has given us courage to push further. Secondly, I think I'm better than James. If you are giving James, you should give me. No, we didn't set it like that. It's a process. If you're not nominated, we can give it to you. It doesn't matter who was nominated or who is being nominated. The truth is, if you don't go through the nomination process, after nomination, we'll send you to the advisory board who will say, okay, these ones are good to go. We can't just give you the award. There are too many Edolites doing great things in Edo State, in Benin City, across the globe. We can't capture them for the next 20, 30 years. So why be in a hurry? Why be in a hurry? So some of the factors we face is, one, because you are not enlisting them. They don't want to support you. They don't want to clap for you. They don't want to be associated with you. We must not just enlist anybody. It has to go through a process. We have been fighting that procedures for the past 3 editions. Yeah, you can't just put a call through to me and say, I will offer you James YZ and you're going to enlist me. It doesn't work that way. I might just appear to be the leader, but there are too many persons' brain that are put together to make it work. It's not just me, so I cannot make the decision. And we can't begin to jeopardize what we have set as criteria for us at this early stage. It means we don't want to go nowhere. But for the vision, we know there are people we have raised that we are very convinced about that it's not going to stop where we stop. There are persons that we continue it. So we are building it as an institution where annually, like the Grammys, people will be buying tickets, want to come to Benin City because it's the best of Edo Awards. I want to go and see James. It's been 20 years. I know I will meet him at the best of Edo Awards. I want to go and see Mary. I heard she's doing greatly. I know I will catch her at the best of Edo Awards. So because we have that dream and vision, it's a long-term project. We are not ready to alter any of these principles we have set for the brand. It's not about me. It's not about those working in the team that is being set up annually to oversee the activities from nominations to the event, post-event activities. It's not about us. It's about the destination. It's about where we want to get to so that people will key into it. Yeah. These are some of the factors. Then finance, yes, okay, that's also a big one. Like I said, it's all boils down to interest because they are not enlisted. They don't have the interest to want to give you funding. But we are not so much bothered about it because, like we said, we have fathomed out measures to pull the project forward. The first edition was tough. The second was tough, though not as much as the first. The second wasn't bad, but trust me, this fourth edition, we're already celebrating. Trust me, because over 50% of burden has been taken away, and we are getting there gradually. Gradually, the good people will see the good works and they'll come support us, they'll come join us. But we're also using this platform to call everyone that loves good initiative to turn up for us, no matter what. It can't be too much. It can only get better.
What does, give me the picture, give me the vision of what a Edo Awards looks like, an evening of Edo Awards. What does that look like?
Okay, you mean the award itself or the project generally?
The project. That, like, if I were to be nominated, let's say I was in Edo and I got nominated. So let's say I've done good work in the community. I don't know, providing laptops for young people who couldn't get laptops, have got laptops now, and I'm encouraging education and education empowering initiative. Let's say I was a person in Edo and I was doing that, and my record was clean, and I was doing those things. What happens now?
Okay. Like I said earlier on,
yes,
you don't necessarily be an Edo son by birth to be enlisted. As long as you're contributing to the development of the state, the people's geographical location, you are qualified to be a recipient. That is stage one.
Okay.
Stage two, we open the portal every March of a new year for nominations. You send in nominations. You can nominate yourself. Good enough. Because it's possible nobody knows about your good work, your good way and all of that. So you can nominate yourself. Send in your details. There are criteria too. There are criteria set out for nominations. Now, once we receive the nominations, nomination is open for 2 months, 60 days. The portal is shut down. Preparing for activities. The names submitted are collated and forwarded to the advisory council, who helps to screen, check out the antecedents of these persons nominated. Now, it will interest you to know that sometimes you have 3 good persons in one category. Are you going to give the 3 of them the award? The answer is no. There are also scale of preference. There are way these 3 persons are checked. You look at their antecedents, you look at their overall performances and all of that. Yeah, 3 of them are good. They are good, but we have to take 1. Yes, we must take 1, not the 3. Now we look at their antecedents back to back, their records back to back, and we look at the one that has more impact in human capacity building, outside societal development. We choose that. We don't make the choices. The advisory council make recommendations for that. This is our recommendation, and we adopt such recommendations. Immediately, we write to you, because during the course of nomination, you must have submitted your telephone numbers, your email addresses, or social media handles, and all of that. So we work one way or the other, will communicate to you, expecting your response. Now, this is where some get it wrong. When we write to you, notifying you that you have been nominated for the Best of Edo Award, after all going through all necessary screening, we expect you to reply us that you accept the nomination, I want to receive the award, and also send us your brief profile. That's who will be communicating to the public, coming from the direct source, not what James and John is saying that could be hearsay. What you feed us going forward is what we feed the public. We have your pictures, which are proof that we can use it for promotional activities. We have your profile that can be used for citation the day of the award. If you don't reply us, we consider it as you are not interested. We've had challenges like that when people come at the end of the day and say, I was nominated, how come I'm not carried along? You never replied us. And these conditions and criteria are on the platform, are on the website. You know, we are too fast to want to click and press yes and not reading through the terms and conditions. It's our culture in Africa, Nigeria to be precise. You understand me? So it's a process. You can imagine nomination that is open for March, the event we don't hold until November. Approximately 8 months. Too many things are going on. We try as much as possible to establish connection and contact with our recipient, ensure everybody's on the same page. We intimate them of the activities. First, you have to make presence. You have to be available. People should see you. It's not, we've had 4 or 5 persons traveled away from Canada last 2 years, Germany, London, to come to Benin City to receive an award. These are people that have value. See, sometimes, like I told the team this year, I say it's more than just whether this man deserves it. It has to be how much value do they place on the award they are coming to receive. If you commonalize it, it has no value to you, then you shouldn't be in there. But if you place value to it, sure, it becomes a valuable asset. You'll be happy that, oh, I was honored because of my job, because of my activities, because of my artistry, because of my goodwill. These are part of the process and procedures to be on the platform. And since March till now, we have been in constant contact with our recipients because everyone is engaged with live activities. You must feel them, how far you have gone, how much you have gone. They also will cue you into their plans and activities. Oh, in November at this particular time, I will be with these people. Those who want to buy their tickets will make plans. Those who want to take excuses for a short holiday from their place of work will make plans. It's not a wake-up thing. It's a whole lot of process. It includes finance. It includes a whole lot of stress. But we're not looking at the stress part of it because it's a drive. It's something we have to do. So that is how far so far the procedures we have set for being a recipient for the Best of Edo Awards.
Okay, and the awards, is it a ceremony? Is it a night we have? Or explain to me that. Is it at a venue or online, or explain?
Okay, it's not an online event, but it doesn't mean you can't watch the event live.
Okay.
Like I said, every edition we get better. The venue is at Emporium Event Center, a very popular event center in Benin City, and we are playing host to over 500 seating capacity of guests. Okay. So it's a live event. People are coming to attend the event and receive the award live. But we've also put in place a mechanism to stream the event live for those who can't turn up by reason of distance and one thing or the other. You will watch the event live. As I speak to you, so many things has been put in place to entertain our recipients. See, they are celebrants. We are putting that event to celebrate them for what they have been doing so that they can continue to do more. Not so, or stop it there, or stop at that point, but the young ones, we see them being celebrated and emulate them so that they too can be celebrated one day. By so doing, we'll begin to raise good leaders, good youth in the society.
Wow, I feel so inspired. It makes me want to just come up to the award just to see what's going on. It's just so refreshing to hear this. So in terms of people you can thank, because obviously this wasn't done alone, who are the people that you'd want to take this moment to thank? There's probably many people that you'd want to thank, but people that come to mind that you'd want to thank to be where you are at this point in time, apart from yourself, of course. Snoop Dogg once said, I'd like to thank myself. So yeah, apart from thanking yourself, who else would you want to thank?
Okay, first, I'm not going to be selfish with this. So Paul is my name. I'm married. Okay. Yes. And when the dream was bettered, the first person I shared it with was my wife. Mm-hmm. She has been supporting. I want to say, I love you. Thanks for all you do. And she has been my event host for the past 3 years. And she's going to be hosting this year's event as well. Amazing. So she gives me all I need to push further. Then my team, wow, they are the best. It will shock you to know none of them is up to 30 years in my team, but they are dogged, they are rugged, they don't sleep. Well, they know that Sir Paul doesn't take a no for an answer. Keep cracking until you pull the wall down. It's my drive. They understand that. They don't return to me with a no as an answer. I love them. I want to say thank you to them. Then the advisory board members. Most importantly, Sam Akebi is a reputable barrister in Edo State, Benin City. He's a media practitioner. They call him the entertainment governor. He has been there for the brand from beginning. Yeah, Comrade Oloye, who based in Benjamin. He's not an Edo man. Yeah, but he's a Bendelite. He has also been supporting. Then my big daddy, Tony Tokumbo Fernandez, all the way from London. He keeps inspiring me to do better, He will always open up any opportunity that will take this brand to the next level. I am grateful to him. I'm grateful to every Edo sons and daughters globally. Tony Air, who is in Tide FM in Germany, Prince Ejo, who is with African Heritage in Germany, to Hamburger. I am grateful to all of you for supporting this brand. BRE is an event entertainment promoter in Belgium. I am saying thank you to everyone, every Edolite across board that have supported this initiative in one way or the other. Direct, I can call names, like you said. There is no time for that, but trust me, we are grateful. It wouldn't have come this far without you guys. I am grateful specifically because I'm the vision bearer. And I'm here today because you guys gave me your support. I'm here today because you guys gave me your backings. I'm grateful. I can't be thankful enough to all of you. To all of you. Yeah, sure. Those who have come to perform for not taking a dime from us, we say thank you. Those that are willing to come this year again, we are saying thank you. We are saying thank you. And to you, my host, of course, I can't make such a mistake. You understand? We are most grateful. We are most grateful to put us on a global platform like this. We are grateful to you.
I'm thankful and grateful because it's people like you that make people like myself keep going and be motivated. This is why I set the platform up, to be able to give people like yourself, who the general media will not pay attention to, who the governments will ignore. This is why I've done it, and I feel blessed and honored to be able to meet someone like yourself, Sir Paul. And it's an absolute honor to have spoken to you. Now, let me check here. Now, what I do want to do before I end is for you to be able to give how people can connect with you, how they can talk with you, how they can find out more about the Best of Edo Awards. And as you said, it's not just about Edo, but you obviously have highlighted Edo and the talent that is in Edo. So I'd like you to be able to let people know how they can contact you, how they can learn more about what you do. And there's so much more to talk about you as an individual, not just about the Best of Edo Awards, and I have to bring you back for that. But for now, please let us know how people can connect with you around the world.
Okay, you can reach us. You can reach out to us via our email address. It's walkfrontafrica@gmail.com. Our Instagram handle is at Best of Edo Awards.
Hold on, you have to slow that down. What was that you said again? Very slow. The first part.
Okay. WALKFRONT African Network. The walk as in walk forward. WALKFRONT, WALKFRONT, WALKFRONT African Network. You can reach us on Instagram, on Facebook. Okay, and on the Best of Edo Award, it's at Best of Edo Awards on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, you have our contact numbers there. Then walkfrontafrica.com.ng is the website. Or just go to Google and type Paul Ofoni. It will pop up. You see all the connecting link to reaching out to us via any of our platform.
Sir Paul, thank you so much for talking to Bwtm Africa. And I wish you and your team all the very best. And I am very interested. I would like to attend the awards, even if it's just to meet the recipients and talk with them. I would love the opportunity to do that. So let's talk about that in the future.
Okay, even if you want to attend this one, we'll try and make logistics available for you. We are open. We like partnership. We want to take it beyond just where our take us to. And I'm sure the recipient will be excited to have an international media presence to tell them that what they're doing is good and to say thank you. Absolutely. So we'll work that out for this or perhaps subsequent edition.
That sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. So, Sir Paul, Ofoni, thank you so much for talking to Bwtm Africa. We appreciate you, and we really pray and hope and intend that more people get to watch the show and they get in contact with you. And we will leave your contact information in the description box as well. Thank you for talking to Bwtm Africa.
Thank you so much for having me as a guest.
You are more than welcome, sir. You are the angel of Benin. You are the Edo angel.
You can say that again.
You are the angel of Benin. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, boss.